everybody. What is going on, everyone on Twitch, everybody on Instagram? I hope you guys are having a great night. It's Jan, it's a little bit late, and this is another live editing session of Justice for Hire, the series that anybody can join the cast. We have a global cast, worldwide cast. JusticeForHire.app is how you join the cast. And you can go on there, you could be a hero, a villain, or a client that hires heroes or villains. The whole concept of the show is it's like Uber for heroes, where you can hire a hero or become one and get paid. And that's how we're building a cinematic universe of heroes and villains together as a community. So it's a huge deal. What we're doing has never been done before, and this live editing is part of that never been done before process. We are cutting the series, and there are scenes that we're going to need while I am editing. And this is an evolving process, so I'm doing my best to make sure that if you're on Twitch, you can see the screen share that I'm doing right now, and if you're on Instagram or TikTok, you can see what's behind me, what's going on right now behind me. So, and hopefully Twitch got okay, great. So Twitch can see it too. Great. So yeah, this is it's a daily, at least 5 days a week. We are here live editing, and anytime we need a scene, I'm going to be posting in the JFH app. There's a new mission. There'll be a new mission. There's 10 missions right now. If you do any of those 10 missions on JusticeForHire.app right now, you will, one, anytime you make something, you're expanding the cinematic universe, and two, those scenes could be pulled for the show. And so I might cut them into the actual series, and I just cut the first scene. And when I say cut the first scene, it's still a rough cut. There's little tweaks here and there that will be made the entire time as we go through the process. But yesterday I started doing a vertical version. We have a horizontal version. It was shot horizontally, and I like it and feel really good about it. So I plopped it into a vertical timeline, and I'm excited. I think that the biggest opportunity is in doing something very dope vertical. But there's some folks that might prefer and still prefer the standard horizontal version. So we'll see. But I'm going to play this scene right now, and hopefully you'll be. Actually, I think I need to put the volume up on this because. Man, I did the same thing. All right. There we go. Like that. And I'll pop over, and now we're going to get the volume. There we go. So the volume is coming up, and we're gonna play this scene, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear it. It'll be dope. What's going on? Getito Servants and Ben MC. Good to see you guys. Everybody on Twitch. What's going on? Film Fan Dojos, good to see you here as usual. Alright, so I'm going to put a little louder so you can hear it. I want to be conscious and respectful of the neighbors, though, of course. Because that's what we're really talking about, right? Justice for Hire is really about building a hero's culture, a community of people that care about each other enough to stand up for each other. That's Justice for Hire. So, and sometimes you get paid for it, sometimes you don't. Yeah, it's okay. All right, so I love this. I love what I'm seeing. I love this. I really, really love this. I think this is very dope, and it's very exciting to me. Very, very exciting. So, I'm gonna roll with that. So we're gonna create the. This is great. And make this the keyframe. And we're gonna figure all this keyframing stuff out right now. Keyframe. Okay, we got a keyframe. And now we're going to go over here. We're going to add another keyframe. And there we go. Let's see how this works. Nice. Easy. Easy. It's the kind of stuff that it should be. Okay, so we're gonna add a keyframe here. Let's try to do this, make this dope. So, position. So that's keyframe 1. And low battery. All right, everybody on Instagram. I'm gonna say goodbye to you, and I'm gonna go on to TikTok. So my phone's about to die, and I want to make sure everybody gets some time. I love you. What's up, everybody? On TikTok. It's good to see you. It's Jan here. JusticeForHire.app. We're doing live editing of the show. Everybody's welcome in the cast, wherever you are in the world. And it's a dope thing to be able to say, isn't it? It's a really dope thing. Every time I say it, I get chills because it's really beautiful what we're doing. So, JusticeForHire.app. You can be a hero, a villain, or a client that hires heroes and villains. The premise of our show it's like an app that's like Uber for heroes, where you can hire a hero or become one and get paid. Everybody who joins the cast expands our cinematic universe. You come onto the app. I'm live editing right now. We're gonna need scenes from you to cut into the series. And what that means is that I'm literally live editing scenes for the series right now. And if you're on Twitch, you can see it too. You can have an even better view. I'm still getting this all figured out. It's an evolving process. So, but it's super dope. And the first things first is when you make a scene, you expand the cinematic universe, and then, like I said, it might be used in the actual series too. Either way, you're still building your story. Love you too. Really appreciate the following us. That's really it means a lot. Like your support means a lot. Your attention and your input means a lot. So please keep on following what we're doing, especially as we're building this new this next level of season 1. Season 0 is already out. You can watch that. Our first viral video on TikTok is part of season 0. We have 4 episodes out, and now we're doing a bunch more. And I say a bunch, I mean a lot more. So hope to see you guys in the cast. So if you are in the cast, Enterprise. Sorry if I'm messing up the name, but if you're in the cast, let me know your hero name or your villain name in the chat, and I'll definitely want to give you a shout out. And if you're not in the cast, you go to justiceforhire.app, and then you can join the cast. So, love to see you in there. But right now, I'm fixing up this scene with our hero, Tai Chi Wonder versus Cowboy, who's another character played by UFC fighter Brendan Weaver. So I'm fixing this scene up. Just added a keyframe here. And I'm going to add another keyframe to make sure this looks wonderful. And we're going to add a third keyframe here because he goes out of frame for a second. And we're going to see if we can make this a little more smooth. There we go. This is Premiere stuff. I'm a Final Cut editor, and this Premiere is making it really easy for me, honestly. But I'm not sure if that gives the same feeling that the other shot had. Well, that's cool. That's cool. So this little fight sequence, and like I said, you're seeing it small in the background. You should probably move the TV closer. I will move it closer. Let me move it a little closer. Is Makikia. Makikia. Nice. I like that. It's dope. It's a cool name. Let's bring this closer so you guys can get even better view. Bring this right up to the chair. Boom, there we go. That's better. So now you can see more of what's happening here. All right. Oh, that's kind of cool. Huh, this might be a dope moment to integrate him getting punched from another angle. I'm gonna do that, see what happens. So, the cool thing about vertical is that you get, let me see, assemblies or an assembly cut. There is an assembly cut. All right. There we go. See all these different shots in the background, all these different angles. There we go. Boom. That looks like a nice impact shot. Bang. No, it's too much space. Performance isn't there. And the performance isn't there. It's okay, because not every shot you get the greatest performance. That's why editing exists. Oh, that one works. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this and see if we can actually use it from this other angle. All right, this is going to be fun. And that's why vertical is dope to me, because like you can start doing more of like this internet style stuff that I think is very, very much the future of all cinema. So let's try this out. Let's see. Actually, I don't think we need that sound. All right, I'm going to lock this down and delete the sound. All right. So we're going to see if this works on having it having these 2 shots. Now then we're going to have what, 3 shots? Something down. Here we go. 1, 2. Gets punched in the face over here. Boom. This is super experimental too, so like, we'll see if this works. Alright. Making the video, the size of the video smaller, scaling it to frame size. Bang, there we go. Now we're going to click motion on it. Might be too much. These 2 shots on screen. What do you think? Okay. Before you go, is that too much stuff going on screen? What do you think? 1, 1, 2. I think that might be too much. I'll see you another time. Still be streaming here for a bit. Have a great night. All right, I'm gonna make this slow motion. All right. Bang. You might be able to see in the background. I wonder if you can zoom in with your phone. Here, so we're going to mark that as the impact point. No, we're going to undo that. I'm marking right here, please. I don't know why the marker is not working. So it's not working on the exact point for some reason, but it's fine. So then we're going to mark this. The impact point there. So M. May not be able to sync up for some reason. Okay. So we're gonna cut this down. So much of this is action stuff. I'm interested in you guys if it's seeing action vertically. Like I thought that the DC trailer that The Rock put out looks super dope on vertical and looks kind of average on horizontal, and I'm just not used to seeing that type of quality vertically. I mean, obviously there's lots of like promos and stuff like that, but like I'd watch a bunch of stuff with that kind of vertical. I would. All right. I'm gonna get this shot out of here. Excuse me. I'm gonna get this shot out of here for a second, and I'm gonna enlarge this one just to see how it looks. Make it big. Too big. Just to see how this feels. I don't think that worked. I'm gonna undo it, undo it, undo it, undo it, undo it, undo it. All right. Okay, so we can't use this shot because he turns his chest to the camera, which is the opposite of how he's facing the first shot. So, gotta delete the shot. Totally fine. Totally fine. You know, totally fine. So now let's think about this differently then. So if we have to move that shot, motion, let's bring it down to center. All right, so now we're gonna see how this really works. She opens the door, and there. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm wondering if I can move this video up. This is all about experimenting with dynamism of the vertical format. So this is, let's see. The dynamism of the vertical format. And so now, like the challenge here is that that we shot stuff. These are different shots. They're not multiple cameras running on the same motion. So that means that I have to like hope that things are going to match up. Huh. Hmm. Okay, this could be dope. It could be cool. I want the so I think my challenge is that the action is getting cut off, and the only way to show the full action is to um, essentially show a horizontal frame on black, which is not bad, but it's not awesome. So, let's see. It's not bad, but it's not great. Like, if all the action is seen like this on a little strip, you know, it's a little underwhelming, but that's not to say that it still can't be dope, because obviously, like, you know, a lot of us were looking at Instagram and all this other stuff for many years, and the videos were very small on there. So, in a worst case scenario, it's not bad, but I want to, like, part of our responsibility, my responsibility with editing this is to fill in the gaps of, like, okay, something's not as dope as it could be. How do we do something like that adds more value for the viewer? Oh, adding that value for the viewer. For the audience, for all of us, you know, because, like, we're all in this together, and that's dope. Can't talk about how dope this is. It's like they were, you know, this is a dream come true for me. So, like, you know, the fact that I'm doing this with you guys and actually being able to, like, share it, it's actually, like, beyond a dream come true. So, very grateful. All right, so let's try this. I'm gonna unlock this, and this could be dope. So I'm very excited to enlarge this shot. Let's see what happens. Boom. How large can we go with this shot? Let's see. Boom. And now let's do the same thing with this shot. Motion. This is gonna be interesting because, like, I haven't seen this yet, and I've been thinking about this for like 10 months, 6, 7, 8 months. We shot this 8 months ago, so I've been thinking about this for 8 months. Of how this is gonna look vertically. So, bam. Oh, that's actually dope. So that's super interesting. Notice that it takes too much time on the screen. You don't know what's going on for the majority of the shot that's on the screen. So actually, I need to cut here. Now the horizontal version is becoming very different than the vertical version, and essentially it means that it's two different productions, and that's valuable and problematic. And here's why. If we want to have a vertical and a horizontal version, it's just going to cost extra work for our sound team, meaning maybe not our scoring artists, but maybe our composer, but definitely our sound designer, because multiple shots playing at the same time versus not. And the running time might be different, so let's see. I love it. Bang. So I don't love that at all. So this is what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna take this. We're gonna cut it right there. Cut it again. Excuse me. So what happens when you work all day and all night, almost every day. Fortunately, I get to shave a lot of this like dense hair off and then look all crispy again. Otherwise, I look really crunchy at times. So I'm just getting, just working, growing a beard. Working and growing a beard is it. All right, so we're gonna speed this up. We're gonna do 130%. No, we're gonna do 120%. That's realistic. Boom. Okay, so maybe. All right. Let's see. Excuse me. All right, let's see if this works. Accident. Try it again. Same accident again. There we go. Bang. All right. Something's not. It's the martial arts choreography has a lot to do with how you change the speed of the movements in post production. So I think right here needs to be sped up a lot more. And we'll see. Well, I don't mean a lot. It's got to be sped up enough that it feels like, ooh, I got hit. And then you step back 2 feet. That's so, yeah. We're going to get it. And normally you wouldn't speed up this much, 150%. Let's see. That may not be enough. Almost. So you can start to feel the rhythm, this change in the rhythm. And that's dope. The change in the rhythm of the impact from the palm strike. So we're going to go a little harder, we're going to go a little faster. We're going to do 170%, 175%. Boom. Let's see. Okay, it still might not be there, but let's try it. Let's take a look. All right. Do this again. %200. Going all the way. I'm doubling the speed. So let's see how this works. Bang. Huh. Excuse me. Okay, now I'm going to slow this one down a little bit more. All right, so let's do this one by 80%. Okay, let's see how this feels. Nice. That's cool. I don't even know what that means. Someone tell me what 1.1K likes means on is it on the live stream? Like oh. Huh. So I slowed that down. And it might be too slow. It might be I'm gonna undo something and then we're gonna try and see if this works. So again, I'm trying to get him to react to getting like a palm strike in the chest, in the like stomach chest area, and we have the reaction, but I want to like fill this out. So I slowed it down, and so I'm gonna drop this down here. Then I'm gonna put it at 100%. All right, so now we're at 100%. Let's see how far this goes. So no, it's not good, because now he's starting to clean his chest. So let's undo that, boom. Now we're back up. Bang. Okay. So we're just gonna leave it. Leave it there. And now, let's see what happens if we enlarge her. Okay, now let's enlarge him again. So now I'm going to look at, I want to match the frame. I want to make sure that the frame that I'm about to cut on, which I'm just going to cut, see how his hand is on his chest. He's about to wipe himself off and getting hit hard. I want to match the frame here to the last time you saw him. So like the final frame here. So look, 1, 2, 1, 2, I'm just going back and forth. And you can kind of see it. I want to make sure that this guy's the cowboy's thumb. Boom. Great. So I believe it starts on the proper. So I'm cutting off everything you've already seen. Sure. Hey, what's going on? We are live editing right now. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Are you part of our Justice for Hire cast? Of our show? As a
No, just in Texas.
Oh, nice. Well, anybody can join the cast, or where I'm live editing the show right now. You can join from justiceforhire.app, and you can be a hero or a villain or a client that hires heroes and villains. So the concept is it's like Uber for heroes. You can hire a hero or become one and get paid, and that's the concept of the show. So we are live editing right now.
Nice.
What are you up to in Texas?
Nothing much, just, being Texas, I guess.
Being in Texas, that's pretty cool. We are in North Hollywood right now, California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And thanks for inviting me to jump on your stream. Here we go.
Oh.
There we go. So as you can see, I'll show you this. I'll flip this around for you so you can see. So this is a little fight scene that we've one of the first scenes in the show, and I'll play it for you here. So that's one of our heroes, Tai Chi Wonder, that came from the crowd. He's just delivering groceries to an elderly person. And then we got Cowboy. He's a UFC fighter in real life, Brendan Weaver. He plays a bad guy named Cowboy. So I'm fixing the format for vertical right now. So our show is normally widescreen, and we want to make it like a vertical show for your phone. So it's gonna be pretty dope.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, my phone is gonna die. I'm on 1%. Thank you for having me on here, and thank you everybody for watching over here. I'm still on twitch.tv/justiceforhire for all those, but my phone is gonna die right now. So love you. See you soon. I'll be back tomorrow. JusticeForHire.app, WeFunder.com/realworld, REELWURLD for our studio. If you want to become a part of that too. Love you. Start going on crispy comments all day. Yes, I did say that. So I gotta start going on these things a little more crispy clean, because I'm like showing up at the end of the day, and I still gotta train, All right, so now it's getting shortened by a few seconds. All right, here we go. This is kind of dope to me, I'm telling you. Like, all right, let's see. I can end it like that or bookend it in a different way. I feel like giving him the respect of a full screen shot could be the right thing to do. So let's try that. So you kind of miss the beauty of the shot. And that's not okay. That's really not okay. So let's see what happens. So let's see what happens here. I like it. I honestly really like it. So I'm going to play this from the beginning again just to see if I feel it all. So I think that shot needs to be a little bit, I don't think there's any real value in having that much space. It's not that interesting of a shot in terms of like composition and production design. So we want to make sure that we're using these shots and using the size of the frame to change, to influence the emotional reaction, the emotional impact on the viewer. So let's see how this works. Normal, double, normalized, something deeper, something deeper. Okay, I like that. 1, 2, bang, boom, boom. I think I like it. I think I like it, and I think that I think the mission has been accomplished here. So I am going to end this stream. I do want Autumn to check it out. Hey Autumn, can you check out this cut? All right. So before I end the stream, I want Autumn to check it out, and I'm going to show her both. Show her both. Why not? Have you seen the full cut of either?
No.
All right, so I'm going to show you the horizontal first and then the vertical. All right. And maybe a little bit of volume.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. So that's the horizontal. Here's the vertical cut.
Really interesting.
The vertical?
Well, just both of them and what you feel differently from each.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel more passive with the standard cut. And I feel and passive in a way like I'm watching something and I'm like watching a movie. You know? Which is a feeling that we all know. But when I watch this, I feel something new. Like I'm interested in what your thoughts are, but like I feel like I'm actually processing information differently in the vertical version.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing I would like. There's so much black on this the first cut there, and I'm wondering what it would feel like if you got a full screen look when you first.
So I appreciate what you're saying there, and like one of the things that I'm thinking about is that this is going to be bells and whistled up.
Of course.
You know, so meaning that like I think there might be app graphics here. There might be like so different. I'm really thinking the do rah 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 mindset of saying like how can we make the negative space feel as integrated as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think previously we just left it black. Roger had previously said, hey, there's a bunch of opportunity in all this black to do other things, and I agree with him. I think and some of the stuff that he was suggesting at first I thought might be too noisy, and now I'm thinking that it actually might be completely on par with what, like imagine if we just had, not as simple as this, like a little bit more intentional, but like matrix code all the time on the block. Not to say that we should, because I think it'll potentially be the wrong thing to do, but you know, whether that's app notifications, which will happen multiple times during the scene, he says you don't have to pay me, she's going to pay him anyway, like all that stuff will happen on screen transactionally.
Yeah, or even what first comes to mind is like we don't know what happens before Tai Chi Wonder arrives there.
Exactly, and so
So
like,
you're getting a peek of what happened before as the present's happening, and that to me is the most compelling. Just because for me, the emotional high points in this scene are Tai Chi Wonder's smile,
Mm-hmm.
in contrast with Cowboy's the first look at Cowboy. Those to me are the two most emotional moments,
Mm.
and I think that sets the tone for like what's gonna make the scene feel dynamic.
Mm.
The contrast between the two. So anything in the vertical version that can highlight those two personalities,
Mm.
I think it's gonna make the vertical stand out over the horizontal.
You mean in terms of like character, highlighting character?
Exactly. Leaning into each of those character traits.
Interesting. So now what you're saying to me reminds me of Spawn. I have this for those of you who are on Twitch right now. I got this gunslinger Spawn right here, and so like there's a lot of writing that Todd McFarlane will do, you know, from a narration standpoint, like while the action's happening, and not to say that we need to be talking over everybody, but we could be. But you're essentially saying like use the negative space and use those opportunities to fill information, and the way you're saying that, what I'm observing is similar to how Todd McFarlane will layer, like, Gunslinger knew this would happen, you know, that kind of stuff.
Well, not even voiceover, but even another visual style.
Like even text.
Not even text. A visual style that we developed that lets people know. The thing that comes to mind is even like grayscale. We wouldn't do that, but I'm just giving you an example. That lets people know that something might be in the past. So we're experiencing a moment in the past signified by our own visual style of like Tai Chi Wonder, what he did before he arrived. Maybe he stopped the elevator door from closing for like this is all imaginary, this didn't happen, but maybe he stopped the elevator door from closing to help someone get through. Like showing character traits of like why is he so pure? Why is he grinning so like ear to ear when he arrives? Because he's so happy to help her. And then Cowboy arrives and he's kind of menacing and mysterious and all that. I think it's interesting.
There's a lot of opportunity to play with this. So did you have a preference, or you just feel like the opportunities, there's more unique opportunity in the vertical?
So I enjoyed watching the horizontal more, but I see a vision for the vertical more. Like the horizontal is like at its creative cap. You know what I mean? And then, but like the vertical, like there's room for growth.
I believe I understand what you're saying. Like I think the horizontal cut essentially is obviously it's not colored. There's not
But I mean like story wise.
Yeah, like it's essentially like you see the story, you get what you're seeing, and anything that's added. Like for example, I think it's less cool to add app graphics on the horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually think it's intrusive.
It takes you out of the.
Yeah, it takes you out of it takes you out of what you're used to, and seeing the horizontal is essentially what we're used to.
Well, the main story driver in JFH is the phone. There's an app.
Exactly.
So it literally takes you out of the world. Not only
The app.
No, the horizontal.
The horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the horizontal essentially puts you in, like you're watching a movie, which is both good and bad. Pros and cons to that. So, okay. So there's a part of me that's really leaning toward the vertical horror, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Super helpful. And thank you guys. I think I'm done for the night. I'm gonna save this. You want to watch it one more time?
I am actually finishing up something for the app right now.
Oh, she finished up something? Yeah.
Yep.
I'll watch this one more time, guys. think that last cut is too long. There we go. Let's see. Maybe I was wrong about that. Maybe it was just right. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was just right. All right, this is cool. 38 seconds. We got a cut. We got vertical. We feel good. And that's a great day. I love you guys. Remember, justiceforhire.app. And what else? That's how you join the cast, become a hero, client, or villain. And expand our story world by adding to the cinematic universe. Everything you post is part of the show. It expands the cinematic universe. Should I put it this way? Everything you post expands the cinematic universe and can be used in the show or films that we make, etc. And we're going to just keep on doing this. We've been doing this for 3.5 years. We're getting better and better and growing bigger and bigger with our global community, our global cast. I love you guys. I'm Jan. Realworld.com. That's our production studio, REELWURLD. If you want to invest in us, we have an equity crowdfunding campaign going on right now, and I highly recommend investing in us. It is, we are in a really wonderful position, and we're growing the company, and the market opportunity is huge for us right now. And those of you who get in on the ground floor can grow with us in a really amazing way. So be sure to check out realworld.com or wefunder.com/realworld, REELWURLD, because it's a hot ticket. It's a hot ticket because it's about us, all of us working together. And because we're a hot ticket, aren't we? Aren't we, all of us? All right, I love you. Talk soon. I'll see you tomorrow.